Okay. Joining two opposites. Joining two opposites depends on not being an egotist. As long as you're an egotist, there's always going to be something that's going to be opposite you. The only way you can make peace is if you don't think about yourself. That's the only way. Then you can accept any blessings from God. The reason the Jews couldn't accept the blessings of God at Mount Sinai, because they started thinking about themselves. Right? Even nowadays, you say, in the future redemption, there won't be any more death. People will live forever. Right? What do people say when they hear this? You're going to live forever. What do people say?
That'd be great.
Huh?
That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be good.
That would be the most boring thing in the world. That's what people say. Live forever. Well, what do you do? What are you going to do? You're going to live forever. What? What's going to happen? I mean, you have to have, it's like going to the Holy Temple. What did you see in the temple? This Holy Temple, you saw God. I mean, God never changes. That must be the most boring, terrible thing in the world. It never changes. So the answer is, listen, the fact of the matter is life really never changes. Every second is just now. Now never changes. It becomes past. Will be the future. But the past and the future don't really exist. They're not right now. Right now is what's real. What's not, and now never changes. Now is infinite. Right? It's an infinite gift of life. Maybe the things that you did in the past, but if you're not looking at yourself and you're just looking at the life that you're being given, every second is a surprise. Every second is amazing. Every second is a gift. Most interesting thing in the world is to stop being an egotist. Then all of a sudden, the world, you see what has to be done. There's the famous story. I told you the story. It's about the man that became rich from a Rebbe. Some Rebbe gave him a blessing. They became rich, and fantastically rich. And little by little, he stopped giving charity. He would open up his door once a week, and he would give charity. And he stopped giving charity. And the rabbi came back to his house. And he had forgotten all about the rabbi and had forgotten all about everything. He remembered the rabbi. And the rabbi went, he said, I want to see your house. Took him up to this big mirror that he had put over on the second floor over this window. And he said, nice mirror. He said, oh, this mirror, this thing cost me $100,000. This is like the finest glass and the finest silver coating on the back. And it was made by... So the rabbi takes out this little penknife, opens it up and starts scraping off the silver from the back. The man says, Rabbi, don't do that. You're going to wreck it. The thing is worth a fortune. And the rabbi doesn't pay any attention to him. The man thinks, listen, brother, the fact is, if it wouldn't be for the blessing, so I can't stop him. I can't get mad at him. I wouldn't have any money if it wasn't for the person. But really, he's sort of boiling inside. After he finishes scraping for about 10 minutes, he says to him, look at the place where I scraped. What do you see? He said, I don't see much of anything, you scraped away So, well, what do you see? He says, I see the window that's in back of the mirror. No, what do you see through the window? He said, I see the street. So what do you see in the street? He says, I see people walking. Who do you see walking in the street? He says, there's the Grandma Sora. Wow, she really looks bad. And there's a couple of kids. Those must be the orphans of Sam the butcher. I heard that he died. He said, okay, you saw enough. Now move over a little bit. What do you see? He says, I see myself. So you don't see the orphans anymore? You don't see them? No. He says, why don't you see them? Because the silver backing the silver. Silver made you blind to everybody else. Maybe I should scrape away some of the silver so you can start seeing other people. So, no, Rabbi, I get the point. And I'll start giving them. Selfishness makes you see only yourself. And you get bored. You look at myself, the same self all the time. So you get bored. What am I going to do? You have to find something to keep me interested. But if you see other people, then you're not bored. You see what you have to do. You see what other people need. You see how you can improve the world. It says that's what Pinchas did. Pinchas saw what had to be done. He did not think of himself. That's the secret of peace. It happened to be that in this case, what had to be done was kill Zimri. That's happened to be. But if he would have said, take Zimri and put him on your shoulders and dance with it, he would have done that also. Whatever had to be done, it happened that the killing Zimri was a thing that was risking his own life. He didn't think about that. He didn't think about anything. He just knew what had to be done and he did it. Said the Rebbe, that's the secret to the future redemption. Nowadays we don't have to kill people. But what we do have to do is kill ourselves a little bit. Go and put tefillin on other people, help others, take somebody and learn with them, go give charity, pray a little bit longer, stop being an egotist, stop being afraid of the world. Fix the world. Chet. B'shanim, in the years, shebe'em Parshat Matas ben Masaim joined together, as Pinchas will be the Shabbat Rishon of Bein HaMatzarim. That's what it is this year. Pinchas here, in fact, this Shabbat is going to be Yud Zayin Tammuz. This is the first Bein HaMatzarim, are the 3 weeks. You know the 3 weeks? You ever heard that? Yud Zayin was when the temple began the destruction, and Tisha B'Av was when it was actually destroyed. That's 3 weeks. So it begins with Parshat Pinchas. Now we believe, especially Chassidic Jews, that everything that happens is what's called Hashgacha Pratit. Everything that happens is directed
Normally they start minutes about now.
by God.
They do.
10 minutes.
Sometimes they do. No, it's not normally it's not always at 1:30.
Okay, we'll see. Go and check. Go and look at it. Pinchas has a connection with this 3 weeks. Why? Because it says immediately after the destruction of the temple, the Mashiach was born. Good?
I think we're good.
Immediately after the destruction of the temple, it says that Mashiach was born. It's in the Midrash and Eicha Rabbah. Midrash Rabbah and Eicha. In other words, that the destruction of the temple, that's the Meitzar. The destruction of the temple, that's when we began to enter into a wide way, the essence of the revelation of God that's going to come in the future redemption. The Mashiach is going to change all of mankind, that people won't be selfish anymore. They'll be like they are, creations of God. The revelation in the future world by means of Pinchas joining the Yechida, the essence of the Jewish soul, with human personality. That's what's going to happen with Mashiach. That's why Pinchas begins the 3 weeks of the destruction, because the destruction is going to be transformed. This is hinted at the end of the Haftorah of Pinchas. Kodesh Yisrael Hashem, Reshis Tevuotah, Kol Ochlav Yashemu. The Jewish people are holy to God. They are God's first produce. Anyone who tries to hurt them will be punished. Simply meaning, what does it mean? It's talking about the non-Jews. If the non-Jews try to make trouble for the Jews, they'll be punished. Bad things will happen to them. But since the Torah was given to the Jews, so we have to say that this sentence must also refer to the Jewish people. What do you mean, Jewish people that make trouble for us? No, listen. When there are Jews that sin, when there are Jews that try to destroy their own Judaism, that's what it means, Ochlav. What does it mean? Yashemu. Yashemu means to bring a sacrifice called a Korban Asham. A Korban Asham represents the revelation of the essence of the soul. Because it says in the Korban Asham, Chamishito Yosef Alav. A Korban Asham is Asam Me'ila. If a Jewish person misuses something from the Holy Temple, so he has to return it and give a fifth back and bring what's called a Korban Asham. This fifth that you give is referring to the fifth level of the soul. What is the fifth level of the soul? Herschel.
Yeah.
First, fifth level of the soul is nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, and yechida. Remember that?
I remember three of them.
Three, nefesh, ruach, neshama. The essence, the fifth level of the soul is called yechida. That's the number 5. That's with the korban asham. That's what it means, yashamu. Awaken the fifth level of the soul. Ein dai ba'avoda shel arba bechina. It's not enough just to serve God with your nefesh, ruach, and neshama, and chaya, namely with your action, your emotions, your intellect, and even your willpower. You also have to have the fifth level, which we said that's what Pinchas woke up, mesirut nefesh, self-sacrifice. Chamishit Yosef alav, add the fifth level to it. The fifth level is the essence of the Jewish soul. This is what's been keeping the Jewish people in existence for thousands of years. Almost 2,000 years, we haven't had our own country. Everybody hates us. They're trying to kill us. And nevertheless, the Jews held on. Why? Because they're crazy. That's the fifth level of the soul. The essence of the Jewish soul. That's what Pinchas revealed in a big way. This is Yechida. At one time, it will awaken all the other 4 levels. Kadeinu kadein. Like it says, it'll come from above to below, and from below to above. This is what the Alter Rebbe said in the Pasuk. Mispar Rova Yisrael. They will be counted the quarter or the 4 of Israel. What does it mean 4? The 4 regular aspects of the Jewish soul will be enlightened by this level of Yechida, the 5th level that will illuminate the Jewish people and illuminate the whole entire world with the arrival and of the Mashiach, the Rebbe Melech Mashiach. Right now, mamish, the world will be a wonderful, beautiful place. God bless you all.